All right, guys, welcome to our OnlyFans. This is Ready or Not.
Here
No,
we go.
it's not OnlyFans. She's just good. This is
I
a
was,
podcast, guys.
yeah, I was getting
This
comfortable.
is a podcast. Easy. All right, this is Angelina.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not a porn star. We're going to talk about how interesting our story is actually. This is funny. We're going to go back, actually, talk about her knowing me. I met her about a year ago in Miami, right?
Like 2
When I
years
first
ago.
came to
Yeah, like 2
Miami,
years
I
ago.
met her in Miami. Somehow she got my attention on social media, right? And we ended up talking, and yeah, stuff happened. But before that, I found out she actually knew me for how long?
So your son's 10 years?
Yeah.
So like about 10 years. No?
So she's been following.
I was following his IG. So it was like 10 years.
How wild is that? She actually knew who I was in Miami 10 years before I got here. Interesting story, actually. She knew about me pre-marriage, almost like about marriage time when we first got married, before the
Yeah.
kids. Her daughter's name is actually Mila, too, somehow, some way.
My daughter's older. So
Yeah. I don't know. It's
it's just like,
I didn't know.
I guess like
didn't-
destiny, of course, yeah.
Destiny. That's why we're here. Destiny brought us here. Yeah, I mean, you never know who I guess was watching or what may happen in life. You know, don't stop wishing.
Wishing of what?
Dreams do come true.
No.
Yes, clearly. I mean, you wished for one of these days for this to happen. I mean, not the podcast, but
Just the vibes.
the
Yeah,
vibes.
the
The vibes. 10 years later.
10 years later, the vibes.
Here we are 10 years later, guys. So, you know, sometimes, take longer than other things. And
I feel like friendship is super important, no matter what. Like the circumstances, of course. That's pretty much it.
yeah, I mean, I think as long as, I think we develop like mutual like care where you just feel like you know each other in a way, and then you care, and then you realize you don't know each other, and then and
And then you just keep learning,
just
you
go
know what I
back
mean?
and forth. You're like, nah.
Yeah, I just feel like we're very similar in a lot of things, and like
We have tattoos. That's the only similarity we have.
no, but we've gone through like certain things, you know what I mean, that are kind of the same.
Like, what? You're a female, I'm a male. I can't go through what you go through.
No, like
And
divorce,
even
certain
divorce.
things.
Your divorce is going to be different than mine.
I know, I'm just saying like
Yeah,
just
we
similar
did.
things like in the timeline.
I think
guess, yeah.
like 90% of the world is going through a divorce now, so
Like after
we have
COVID.
so much in common with everybody nowadays. Everybody kind of knows the feeling of that. It's kind of like
Yeah.
common way of being. It's almost like normal. How many divorces have you had? Only 2? No, I don't know how many. How many did you have?
I've only been married once, so one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't be so sad. It's okay.
I'm not
It's
sad. I'm
not
super
that
happy.
serious.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yes. So you have 2 kids,
I have 3 kids.
3 kids.
You have 3 kids.
I have 3 kids. We have so
Mila.
much in common.
Yeah, for sure.
And what else? There's a very interesting fact. I don't know if you guys knew. She just actually educated me on this. There's a big need in the world of snail caviar. It's a new investment and venture. Want to talk about? So there is such a thing as a snail caviar, guys. I never knew. If you guys knew, then you're ahead of
So
me.
it's actually escargot, and that's what that is. It's snails are called escargot, and they're hermaphrodites, so they reproduce very quickly.
So where did
they,
caviar come in?
because those are the eggs that they produce
Escargot is when you eat the
The snail. And they actually, since they're both hermaphrodites, which means that they can both develop eggs, it's quicker than like,
Also, every one of them gets to carry eggs.
exactly. So it's like, it's just like a unique,
So double the caviar.
exactly.
But nobody even knew that existed.
So what I want to do basically is bring like new meat that hasn't been tampered with to like the market. So we know about chicken, we know about all kinds of meat, we know about beef, you know. So this is like something that I want to like provide
As a new
as a new
protein
type of,
source.
exactly.
A healthy option,
Yeah.
I'm hoping, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know I'm sorry. Snail Caviar, guys. Coming soon to every grocery store near you for only $19.99.
It's actually $99.
What, gram?
Yeah.
It's got cocaine.
It's just
it's
like
worse than cocaine. It's crazy.
Simmer down, Scarface.
You're gonna be Scarface. Start making those. Take over Miami with the snail caviar. Every restaurant.
Of course, nobody has that. I mean, like, if you think about it right now, there's 580 like restaurants that sell escargot, and the majority of it, it's coming from a can, so it's not like made here. It's like all of like from
Fresh
Africa.
off the ass
It's not.
of the
Yeah,
snail.
exactly. So it's not. It's not like.
But
from here.
nobody's eating snail caviar. I don't know anybody who's eating snail.
I eat caviar.
Caviar is
and
different.
snail caviar all the time.
So there is such a product as a snail caviar.
Yeah. It's just a different niche.
Is
for
it on
everyone.
Amazon? Is it on Amazon? If it's not Amazon, then it doesn't exist. Is it on Amazon?
Is it on Amazon?
Can you buy snail caviar on Amazon?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked. I don't care about like competitors. I don't really look about like I don't that doesn't like do anything for me. So
Coming soon. What's gonna be called?
Oba.
Amazon or no Amazon?
Depends. If it could be FT, I don't like if
So it's
like
$99 a gram. It's for general public, obviously.
Of course.
You might have it as a Taco Bell edition, like additional to guacamole. You can have a scoop of snail caviar. Guys, it's a new thing. I'm sorry, I don't know, but it's coming. Opa. She actually bought a house to be able to produce these things. And I can't
There's
wait.
only one FDA approved facility, and it's actually located in New York.
So we're giving away all the secrets.
No, I'm gonna tell everybody because there's only like people should know.
I mean, people are going to start producing snail caviar everywhere now.
Because they said so.
Yeah, because
Well, I'm the
before
first-
this podcast, nobody's ever going to be heard about this thing.
Well, it's gonna be like my own thing, anyways. It's gonna happen. So, if anything, I was what is it?
The more competition, the better.
Like the pioneer of fucking snails.
If you guys never heard it, she's the creator of snail caviar. You want to tell us how you came up with it, or?
I came up with it because I used to have a farm, and I was trying to see like different options of like just like living in my farm and like to like create money and wealth, and that's like one of the options that I really really loved
Stood out as like
as of like just something else.
what was it? You saw a snail on the floor and you were like.
No, I just truly love escargot, and it's just I wish.
And, okay,
I
there's
wish
one
that,
thing is escargot. Like I like escargot. I enjoy it sometimes.
No, but this is what I'm saying. I wish that they had patties. Like I wish that there was more meat. If you eat it, it's kind of like a specialty dish, so you just eat one at a time. Like I want to mass produce it to the point that there's patties.
No, but that's different. You were talking about caviar, and now you're talking
No,
about
because
like,
it's like it's the
snail
whole
meat.
it's the whole thing. Because that produces
Well,
the
no, if you
caviar.
kill the snail, then you can't produce the caviar.
You can do both. Because it's imagine like the chicken without the egg.
Exactly. If you
So
kill
you
the
do
chicken, how are you
both.
gonna have eggs?
So you do both. I'm gonna ask you something. What came first? The chicken?
Both. I can you do both?
Listen. What came first?
Once
the
you
chicken?
kill the chicken, it's over. There's no more. Once you kill the
They're
snail,
hermaphrodites.
once you kill the snail, there's no more eggs. It doesn't matter. They can't fuck themselves either if they're
Yes.
dead.
Listen, they're hermaphrodites. What do they identify on?
Come
Is it a they,
on.
them?
Damn. Guys, this is new technology. I mean, this is alien technology. I need to smoke for this. I can't get deeper without smoking. This is pretty deep. I wonder how somebody would ever look at a snail and see some eggs carrying on it and be like, damn.
Well, initially, I didn't think that it produced caviar. I just really liked the idea.
Baby, it's not caviar, it's fucking eggs. Every animal
caviar.
makes eggs. Just because it makes eggs, okay, turtles make eggs too, doesn't mean it's caviar.
It's called caviar. Like
Turtles' eggs are
escargot
caviar.
That's what
Turtles'
it's
eggs are called caviar. Turtles puts eggs. They lay eggs. Does it call caviar?
But it's a hard shell, so it's different.
It's kind of soft. It doesn't.
No, it's a hard shell. So if you think about it,
So if it's a soft shell, it's a caviar. If it's a hard shell, it's
yes.
Interesting. I didn't know that. So if it's a hard-shelled egg,
Correct.
it's not caviar.
It's not. How could it be? It's just an egg.
So any animal that lays a soft-shelled egg,
If you think about it.
it's
'Cause
considered caviar.
Yeah.
So how many different caviars do exist?
I'm not sure.
There's only one, no?
No.
I mean, red and black, but then it's only from the fish, I'm thinking.
There's more. You can look it up. It says literally clearly snail caviar.
Coming soon. Stay tuned. And then there's more creative ideas we're not going to talk about because they're just too creative. You want to talk about that? Never mind. We're not.
What are we talking about?
No, I'm not going to talk about. I'm not
Okay,
going to give you all your secrets. This is your. Miami is all about copying, and so now you're gonna see everybody in their balconies, fucking raising snails. They're gonna trade in their bulldogs for stuff.
You know something that's crazy? In the dating scene, my friend, she's like, I'm so fucking tired. I'm gonna take away all my dating apps, and I'm like, why? You're a busy girl, you run several companies, and she's like, there's a lot of guys that are dog dads that want to make me their mother, and she's like, so against it. She's like, how am I gonna raise a dog that's not mine? I'm like, how, you know what I mean? So it's kind of
No, I would never understand
people are
these
raising
people
old
with
dogs
their
in
dog issues.
several relationships. You know what I mean? So.
I can't understand dog issues. I'm against dog issues. You should worry about bigger issues. But
Yeah.
if we were be able to create small snail farms that
It
we
would be
can,
the
that we can sell to these people for their apartments,
yeah.
they can replace their dogs with snails. Make some extra cash with the caviar. Hey, I'm all for it, guys. I can't wait to try it. We actually
Of course.
had some liver and some duck eggs and some animal products. It was
Organs. Yeah.
organs, liver, kidneys, heart. So why not have some snail caviar afterwards for dessert?
No, I don't think it works like that. It's kind of like
With some whipped cream. How would you eat that? The same way with some butter and...
it's like a little dab. It's like a little shot to spice it up. It's not that type of bump, but it's called a bump.
Wow. Miami is
So-
just wild.
Yeah.
How long have you been in Miami?
I've been in Miami since I was 4.
She's fucked up, that's why.
Fucked up?
It all makes sense. Yeah.
No.
No, she's outside of Miami, so it's a little bit different. A little
Yeah.
bit. Listen, everybody that lives all around Miami, like
It's kind of the
outside,
same all over.
they all like end up in Miami no matter what. They just
Yeah.
somehow find home somewhere. Sometimes somehow end up going home.
But I've traveled. I mean, there's nothing like Miami. I feel like it's my home, just because of the weather. Like the people, obviously, it's Miami, but the weather is definitely good. It's like it's a happy.
Yeah, I know you have a hard time with the dating scene yourself.
Yeah.
What would you think is the problem with the Miami dating? Like, what's
The Miami dating scene, I think it's very superficial, and people don't take each other seriously because they come from broken homes. Like the majority of people here are, they're broken homes, and I feel like people should just be like a unit, but it's hard, like everybody makes their own decision. But ultimately, that's what I feel, because I feel like it's like single mothers, single dads, and then the kids are just kind of there. Like Miami raises them. So that's like an issue, because it's kind of like a safe place, right? Because if you know Miami, you know what's good and what's bad, and like the good areas to live, or just to like be around, and the bad areas. But I blame it on the parents. I think that's like the majority, and then as they become adults, they kind of do the same thing. So to me,
it's a repetitive cycle.
it's
You're
a repetitive.
saying,
Yeah, exactly. And people are not truthful, and it's just
Well, I mean, everything in Miami is
it's just
fake, you
fake.
know.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
just from the girls by themselves. Like, you see the girl before it came from Colombia or Cuba or anywhere, and a year later comes to Miami and she looks like a whole different human. Like,
Right.
and she doesn't even believe what value she has in Miami.
Yeah, I feel like Miami is like a beauty, and like it's just like all
It's
about
very
beauty.
superficial,
Yeah.
but that's the thing. Like, these girls get done up so much and they change so much and so fast that they don't even understand the value of what it represents, and they end up selling themselves so much shorter, like 11
Yeah,
cents shorter. Like,
11. It's not even a dime. Like a dime.
no, 11, like 11.
Oh,
They end
like,
up,
oh, 11,
they end
11.
up at
Oh,
11
shit.
type of selling themselves short type of thing. But
Yeah.
it's too much competition. Everybody's faking it, and nobody is real. And in a way where
I feel like Miami is just a good area for business. But like dating, if I'm gonna start dating, I think I'm gonna start dating outside of Miami, if anything,
and
because
then just come inside to Miami to go to the restaurants.
and just like work, like business and everything. But that's it. It's just not a good industry.
Listen, Miami is a beautiful place to enjoy if you have money. Bring your money.
But not for family, right?
Enjoy Miami. Fuck shit up. Fuck everybody, and leave.
And
don't
get the
get
fuck
fucked.
outta-
Don't get fucked in the process.
You know that saying, "Get the fuck out of Dodge."
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's a beautiful place to enjoy, but not for business, not for family. It's more like come and enjoy this paradise and let it ruin your life.
Let it ruin.
In reality, it does, because the things that you can experience here and the things that
You're gonna
you
get spoiled,
do,
and then
you'll
yeah.
never get anywhere else. So you have that addiction of like, Miami is special because it is. There's nothing you can get in anywhere in the United States for your buck in return,
Exactly.
and the quality of the environment.
But there's definitely beautiful people here. There's beautiful women, and men
More female
too.
than men, I think. I don't, I mean, I'm not
Yeah, the
trying to
men
be a
are
hater,
questionable. Question
but
mark.
a lot of the good-looking guys are gay, and the rest of them are, just regular people, and that's why there's a lot of homosexual females. I feel like.
Homosexual females, so we're calling them lesbians, or
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
whatever you want to call them, but yeah, there's a lot of females attracted to each other. I feel like in Miami because
there's just not enough like alphas. If anything, like the women are being the alphas, and I think that's kind of fucked up.
Well, I think it happens naturally when a female comes from a third world, like or like a place where she becomes, and she naturally like takes so much, has so much more power. You know what I mean? When she converts and becomes the new version of herself, the bigger, badder bitch. And and the guys here are all, most of the alphas you're talking about are based off of money. They think money is alpha,
Yeah.
and a lot of people have money, and then there's a lot of old people that have a lot of old money where they
And is
pull
it
up, or they pull up with their boats. They have all the girls going on their boats, and they look like trash, and they have tons of money, and you wonder why. Money does a lot of things, so you can't base alphaism being part of
But I feel
money.
I'm not saying like money wise, but I'm ultimately a woman, a real woman, wants an alpha man. Because who could submit to anything that's not alpha?
No, that's
You know?
100%. But at the same time, like a man can come into this country and work their asses off and put in so much time and effort and energy and get so much further in head. But a female can come into this country, get a boob job, get her lips done and her fucking tits done and her ass done, and all of a sudden she's miles ahead in life and she's like flying. And she becomes an alpha just like that because back home she wasn't really doing much and she didn't even have those opportunities. But here, because the I guess the locals aren't that great when they come in, from out of the country and bring so much power and beauty. It automatically gives them the alpha power, So it's so much easier for a female to become an alpha. You're not always born with it. You can become, and especially I feel like a lot of these plastic surgeries change so much where you become
But
because
like
it's empowering.
but if you think about it too, like once like even like as a child, you'll know typically who's gonna be like alpha, who's gonna be beta.
Yeah.
So
But a lot of these things can be learned, and you can become. You
Yeah.
can become. These things can be taught, and these books are made for people to learn and to grow and to become. Not everybody's born that are alphas now. Yeah, there is the natural habitat.
I think
that,
I was born in alpha, and that's what I'm saying. There's
No,
two sides.
there's
like
a
two
lot of
sides,
people,
yeah.
but then just because you were born alpha, life can break you in ways where you can fall off of being an alpha because of things that you go through in life.
I
So
think women that are alpha and then they meet like an alpha guy, they just tuck it in and they're like feminine, if anything. They can.
I know exactly what you mean, and I feel in a
You know
way
what I'm
I
talking
know
about?
exactly what you're talking about when you see a female talking like a boy, and then all of a sudden she changes and becomes this little girl.
She's
And
just trying
then
to be
she's like,
like,
she's with her friends talking like mad, like she's a dude, and like I don't see that. I don't. Maybe that's alpha, but I don't see that as alpha. I feel like that's just too much masculinity for a female to be acting like a man or talking like a man. There's nothing sexy about that, and there is nothing feminine where a masculine man was going to find that attractive.
Of course.
But a smart woman knows how to convert that real quick and give themselves and become what's necessary.
but I feel like women have just a little bit in that side, a little bit of more upper hand because like if it were backwards and men would do it, they would just be called gay. Like, oh, like you were just talking like,
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, I know what you
I
mean.
know, but
That's just the industry, and I think that's what the music and life has created to be normal. That's what it is. It's not, ladies. It's not sexy. It's not cute to sing along to, music that's sang by dudes and they're talking about sucking and fucking and a female singing along and acting like that's part of the vibe. It's really not, and it's not. I know it makes you feel good, but that's
In the
not.
moment,
It's
it's like
not. It's
momentary.
not good.
Yeah.
It's not the vibe. But
So yeah, we're actually the topic that I really liked was about manifesting.
oh yeah, that's what you wanted to talk about. So man, let's
That's
talk
what I
about
wanted
it.
to talk to.
Talk about how deep you want to go about the
I'm
manifesting.
I'm gonna go very deep. Are you ready? This is deep, deep, deep.
Are you guys
This is
ready?
deep,
This is
deep.
this is. She would know about this stuff. She's a specialist. Talk about it.
Okay, so when I was 15, my mother she didn't want me like talking to like any guys or anything like that because she just saw like a very like bright future ahead of me, and so she gave me a vibrator and
Whoa, 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 whoa. You're a
And-
bright girl. Here's a vibrator.
no way. She's like,
Just
listen,
be smart.
don't like focus in studies, focus in like your future. Don't think about boys or anything. This is a vibrator. It was like my quince.
Whoa.
And she's like, from now on, you're gonna focus on yourself, and you're just gonna like not focus on any man that's gonna like stray you away from like your dreams and like your goals. So, with that being said, I never watched porn. I never watched anything, but I thought like I had a special gift because I would manifest my things. Like I would just imagine, like, okay, I want this car, or like at 15, I had like a very nice car, and I just manifested those things with coming. So I feel like that's a very strong topic, and
I don't think people understood what you said.
okay, so what I want to say again, it's basically manifesting things instead of
But
like
while what?
while you're coming.
Like you're having an
Because it's
orgasm.
exactly while you're having an
Just
orgasm.
to clarify. Okay.
Yeah. So while you're having an orgasm, because that's the purest form of energy to the universe, because you're in total bliss. You know, with like you're with your manifesting. So I never really had an orgasm to the thought of a person. I always had an orgasm to the thought of my dreams, and it's worked amazing in life. And I really think it's like a power that people have. And as I keep getting older, I'm starting to see that a lot of people, like I'm not the only one that does this, and this is like crazy.
So you just worry about having sex just so it can manifest. It's not even about the sex.
It takes sex with the person that you love even to a different level, you know? Because a lot of people think, oh, this is just a person. Yeah, that person's a vessel, you know? And if you keep having sex with all these energies, then you're fucking up your own manifestation in one way. Because how are you going to manifest things and you're doing it with everyone? You know what I mean? Because it kind of sidetracks like the whole thing.
Okay.
And it just mixes a lot of energies at the same time, like for me. So
Keep on talking about your personal experiences. Tell us. Tell us how you
so
feel.
anyways, as I grew older,
As you're orgasming, you
as
can
I grew
manifest.
older, like that was definitely the move. I feel like all the young girls should do that because
Get a
you're-
vibrator.
Yes,
And manifest.
this is what I mean. Because
This is where it takes you, and which is
it
where
makes you like not be promiscuous because you're not thinking about, okay, I'm feeling this type of way. I want.
Don't you feel like with that you're just literally lying to yourself and trying to make yourself feel better for the
No.
time being?
No, no,
Because
no.
in
No,
reality
because-
you would want the real thing. So how would you be?
No, because it helped me. I mean, in my personal experience, that's something that made me who I am. Right? So it's like the codependency of a person. I didn't have that. So I can like live life without anyone
Until
and
the
still
batteries
be
run
my
out.
best like life and self is what I'm.
As long as you have batteries, is that what you're saying?
As long as I have batteries.
Maybe they should
I mean-
work on that. Maybe they should get one with the sun charger. I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Like solar power.
Solar power. So you never ran.
I feel intimacy is like a huge thing, obviously.
So, but where is the
Okay,
intimacy
so
come
the-
in with you and the dildo? Like,
so the intimacy,
the
obviously, as I
vibrator.
turned older, it turns just sex for me, like to another level, is what I mean.
but you need a person for that, not
Of
a vibrator.
course, obviously, like now that I'm older, but
Also, you kind of you see the vibrator as a man now. The man is the vibrator.
no. I'm just saying, bro, this guy. No, silly. No, that's not how it works. But
Tell them how to do
even
it. I mean, tell them how it's done.
okay, so when I've wanted like this, like for example, my office, I didn't have like the requirements, I didn't have the paperwork, I didn't have anything. And I literally fucking manifested it by doing that. And it started working for me. So I'm just saying, like, this is something that I do that I feel like people should research and start doing.
So somebody that's having sex with you should feel good about you laying there thinking about Office while they're having sex with
No,
you.
no, 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 no,
And
no.
they're supposed to be.
No, I'm talking about my vibrator. Excuse me, sir. No, 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 no. No,
So
I'm
where
talking
is
about
the
my
intimacy come in with the vibrator?
Okay,
I don't understand.
okay,
the
so
intimacy.
intimacy now, it's you guys are both a unit.
Who,
and-
you and the vibrator?
No, like for example, me and my husband, or me and my partner, or
Okay.
me and my boyfriend at the time,
Okay.
whatever. It turns sex and just to like a different level when you guys are both manifesting each other. That's where you didn't let me finish.
Okay.
So
Until then, there is a vibrator.
till then, there's a vibrator.
But there's no real energy because we can't really come to a real manifestation because you're missing half of the energy.
No, because it's just about me. If I'm doing it to myself, it's about me, truthfully. But obviously, like, once you combine two people, it's different. You know what I mean? That's what I was trying to tell you.
Might have to
You have to manifest.
experiment. Yeah, it's interesting.
It's different.
Yeah, I think it's a good time to go experiment. We're gonna have to come back and revisit
Revisit the
the
manifestation.
manifestation, maybe for the caviar purposes, maybe
For the
for
hermaphrodites.
for other things. But I have to check back and see, how things are soon. Hopefully, how long do you think
What? What do I think?
the caviar or the manifestation?
Really, it's
By
not-
New Year's. By New Year's. I'll see you guys soon. We're coming back with caviar on the next episode. Peace.